Hello, this is your evil twin welcoming you to Let's Play Darkest of Days, a game developed by 8 Monkey Labs and published by Phantom EFX. It was released in 2009 for PC and Xbox 360. In 2010 it was ported to Macs by Virtual Programming, and it's pretty unique. If Darkest of Days has got anything going for it, it's that there's nothing else quite like it.
Boris! You alright? Boris!
Through here! Stay down and follow me!
Hurry! There's engines all over the place!
Engines! Yep, we're playing as Alexander Morris, a soldier that fought at the Battle of Little Bighorn, better known as Custer's Last Stand.
Come on! We're gonna get...
Yep, that was an Indian alright. Of course, nowadays the politically correct term would be Native American, but this is the 19th century, so... Indians! See if I can take them out with my trusty Colt revolver. Now, the main selling point of this game is the fact that the engine they developed, the Marmoset engine, could handle literally hundreds of characters on screen at the same time. So you could have truly gigantic battles that normally you'd only see in strategy games like Total War, but actually have those huge battles in a first-person shooter. Whoa! Almost got run over by a horse, which would be hazardous to my health. Pro tip, getting run over by a horse may kill you. That hint applies to real life as well. Ah! Took an arrow to the crutch. This is pretty exciting. Feels kind of weird. Gunning down Native Americans just doesn't seem like the right thing to do, you know? But then again, this battle is pretty infamous for the fact that the Indians won very thoroughly indeed. Tactical blunder on the part of General Custer. In fact, I don't think anyone survived on the side of Custer's army. That's him up there.
We're beating them back!
Dual wielding like a badass, or perhaps dual wielding like an idiot. Like a badass idiot, really. What the hell?
Alexander Morris? I gotta get you out of here! Ah!
Get away from me, you demon!
You gotta go now!
Pulse stable. Blood pressure stable. Subject Alexander Morris. Male, 35 to 40 years old. No known family. Active service with 7th Cavalry. Presumed deceased. Body not recovered.
I've been free-jacked.
Preliminary psych evaluation. Post-traumatic stress consistent with period origin. Subject otherwise considered neurologically sound. Moderate to high percentage likelihood of operational fitness. Subject is no longer comatose.
Oh no, Anthony Hopkins is going to take over my body.
Alexander Morris, you are indeed back among the living. Please come up here so I may tell you about your future in service of history.
Well, hello there, pretty eyes.
You are in the future from your perspective. around 300 years or so, if you're curious. We are Chrono-Tec.
Crone.
Through the research and efforts of our founder, Dr. Ranier Cole, we have made time travel not only possible, but practical. It's a recent innovation. Dr. Cole took his first trip 20 years ago, and we are very careful in our travels. We use it only for research. But what a fantastic gift. The mysteries alone we've solved. Chrono-Tec travelers witnessed monoliths being raised at Stonehenge. Another team discovered why the Mayan civilization disappeared. We've discovered and learned so much. But with the power of time travel comes the responsibility of protecting history. Dr. Cole is a fanatic about this. It's one of the reasons we call him the Father of Time. He knew changing history would be dangerous and foolish. Together, the goals of discovery and protecting history form the prime objective of Chrono-Tec. Keeping that in mind, there have been some very disquieting developments. First, Dr. Cole is missing. I fear the very Father of Time is lost somewhere, sometime out there. Second, we are identifying certain historical events out of place and certain people being put suddenly in harm's way. We discover new anomalies every day and we can't find the cause or connection. I can explain neither Dr. Cole's absence nor the changes we've been seeing, but I have a strong hunch they're related somehow. That's where you come in, Alexander Morris. You will be sent to different places in their times of great strife and change, charged with saving those people facing an untimely end. You are the perfect candidate to help our cause, and I'm sure you'd like to show your gratitude for being rescued from certain death. There's more you need to know, and you must have some questions. For the answers, step into the portal and meet the man who will help you along in your quests. Agent Dexter.
Oh yeah, I am sure grateful for being rescued from being killed by those Indians. But don't I get a bit of time to acclimatise to my situation? This is all very new and strange for me. Oh well. Guess there's nothing for it. In I go.
I guess you're the fucking new guy, huh?
Hey!
You got some work to do, and I think you should start with some weapons training. Things are a bit different these days.
No kidding. Yeah, Agent Dexter. You will come to love him. He is one of the best video game NPCs ever. Trust me.
We're sending you out with a rifle and a pistol. Depending on when you're headed, you'll be issued the right guns for that time. You can only carry 2 guns at a time, but you can pick up any gun you might find. See if you can sight in that old boy. Well done. I think you have the right idea. For a quick reload, fire again when it flashes green. If you miss it, your weapon jams up and it takes even longer.
Just show off a weapon jam?
You can zoom in a bit with the weapon's sights and get a more accurate shot. Let's see you put that to work. Take out that soldier. Not too bad, but out there they don't stand still. Hit some moving targets.
You can either do full ordinary reloads, or you can try to reload faster by hitting fire or reload as the circle hits the green mark. But if you miss it, then it will jam and it'll actually take longer to reload. It's actually quicker to switch to another weapon.
Hey, you can keep at this as long as you want, but no matter how many targets you knock down, you ain't winning the big stuffed bunny.
Yep, that was a perfect reload. And that was an ordinary reload. Sorry about that, Dexter, just checking. NVIDIA physics. And that's me jamming it.
These are standard issue stick grenades. Just aim and let them fly. Toss a couple out there and see if you can take out old Hans.
The way this works is very silly, but pretty fun. You can carry a crap load of grenades and you can toss them out very fast.
Hot damn, just like a big old firecracker. Toss a few more if you like. Old Hans will keep on coming back. Remember, they can throw them at you, too. All right, son. I think you figured out them grenades. We might run across some artillery, so let's get you checked out on the big guns. You can change the cannon's aim from left to right and adjust the angle of the trajectory to dial in the range. Be patient and plan ahead. You can't swing this thing around like a 20 gauge.
This is a real nuisance. Fortunately, you don't have to reload it. But yeah, it's pretty tricky to operate. Fortunately, cannons like this don't show up in the game very often.
Alright, let's get you checked out on the map system. Bring up your map and take a look. The icon indicates your location. The circles are your objectives. Enemy locations, when we know where they are marked in red.
I like the fact it's got a little note saying that it will biodegrade after a certain amount of time. It's nice that it's an actual real physical map that you bring up, but it's kind of weird how it's just sort of static and rigid and being held with one hand.
There's a couple of things you need to know. First of all, there are certain people that need to survive. They'll be surrounded by a blue aura. If you kill them, it knocks the time stream all cattywampus. That brings all sorts of unwanted attention and it'll get you killed faster than shit through a goose. To neutralize them, aim for the legs, shoot for their shoulders. Just don't kill them. There's another way to take out the blue aura enemies. A new experimental weapon called chasers. Unleash these glowing little gremlins and they'll seek out enemies with blue auras, knocking them unconscious and taking them out of the battle while keeping them alive. Be careful with these. You gotta be within throwing distance for them to do their job. You'll pick up the rest as we go, but just remember, don't kill the guys with blue auras. I'm gonna try to keep you from making the big stupid, but the rest is on you. Stay in line, follow officers' orders, and keep your head down. Get ready for war, son.
That's it? That is all the training I get? I just got here! Apparently I'm now a fully qualified time cop.
Welcome back, Morris. Dexter, I'm assuming your training session went well?
Yes, ma'am. I ran his rear through the gear and he seems to be gripping gravel.
Very well. After consulting with the Chrono-Tec time stream monitors, I've isolated 2 individuals in immediate danger. Joseph Welsh is a soldier in the Union Army in the United States Civil War. He's supposed to be away from the action, working as a supply clerk, but he's suddenly been moved to the front lines. Our other target is Captain Petrovich, a Russian officer in World War I. He and his troops should stay together through the war, but they're now in the path of a crushing German counterattack at Tannenberg. If either Welsh or Petrovich meets an untimely end, the repercussions could be far-reaching. Rescue them from their current crisis, and our reintegration team will get them back to their time periods safely. Dexter, have you prepared mission briefings?
Yes, ma'am. I've prepared mission strategies and maps and loaded them to the view screen up there.
Then I'll leave both of you to your business and look forward to your successful return.
Well, you got a choice to make. Where are we going?
You do realise we're talking about time travel, right? These guys are in the past. Not quite sure how they can be in immediate danger. Actually, I do have an idea about that. I'll explain it in a later video. You can choose which mission you want to do first.
This is during the opening days of World War I at Tannenberg. You're in the 2nd Russian Army, which has 3 big problems. Number 1, 1st Russian Army General Renkamp wouldn't piss on 2nd Army General Samsonov if he was on fire. He's hung the 2nd Army out to dry just because he hates Samsonov. Number 2, both of these dumb shit generals have been broadcasting their orders on the radio. unencoded. Number 3, the Germans know all this, and they're set to kick Russian ass. Hell, after this one, Russia doesn't march on German soil again until 1945. The Second Army is destroyed. Over 125,000 Russian troops are lost. Somehow, Petrovich has been moved to the Second Army. We know he made it out of Tannenberg, but about 100,000 Germans are breathing down his neck. We're gonna get you close, just south of the town, but it's gonna be a fucking mess out there, which means it's gonna be a pain in the ass to find Petrovich. I'll be there to help you track him. Look for me when you get there.
Yep, they've grabbed a guy from the 19th century, given him a couple of minutes of training, and that's good enough to now send him into the trenches of World War I on an important mission to save history. I think this would have worked rather better if they had suggested some time had passed, that I'd been here for a few weeks or a few months, gotten used to my situation and gotten trained in using all kinds of weapons. I think Alexander Morris should be pretty traumatized by all this. Anyway, on we go. Join me in the next video where we'll be in World War I.